Hello everyone. So today we bring you another build I've killed Abby with. Unfortunately we kind of failed on we played badly and took a slam to the face on the first time we went into Abby, and we died on hardcore, and then we went again and we killed it on softcore already. So it is what it is. It's skill issue. Anywho, on to the build. So what we have is a multi-strike ignite, a multi-strike smite ignite build. So let's start with multi-strike. We build multi-strike for smite, right? We go for attack speed. I didn't grab that because we lose attack speed on multi-strike. I'm still not too sure if that is worth to get one more armament stack, but then you'll get less attack speed. No, didn't do the math. If you think it's worth, grab it. I just thought this was good enough. Then, because we also have a decent amount of strength, so the melee damage here and here will still help us. You'll apply a bit more ignite with multi-strike itself. So multi-strike will also be doing some okay-ish ignite damage. But you wanted to proc the smites. You know how it is. Multi-strike build. Procking smite builds based on the blade storm. So yeah, that's multi-strike. And for here, ideally I might still change this in the future to get a bit more damage out of that, or remove a point there and put there. It will depend. At the time I didn't have enough armor to get the full bonus from here. Now I should probably remove 2 points from there and put them there, because it's just more damage. That's it. Here again, everything will be on the planner, properly done on the planner itself. Then on to smite. Smite, we go for the ignite chance, we go for the spreading flames and fire damage over time. We go for sacrifice and atonement, so you don't lose health, because we don't really care much about electrify since we're focusing fully on ignite. And then we put a point here because we had a leftover point, and I figured, why not? Fissure doesn't work, and well, there's really no point in grabbing that. You could get more heal area, I suppose, instead of that, but since we do have a scepter and it still has a bit of spell damage, and we have increased fire damage, a lot of increased fire damage, it's still doing a bit of damage, so why not? I figured it would be fine. Here, Sigils of Hope. We go for the ignite chance, obviously. Increased damage, endurance, more extra sigils, and then fire damage to unlock. I just didn't know exactly where to put. I wanted the threshold, because we have half our HP as endurance threshold currently. I felt it was good, especially since we're not using shield, so we didn't go for the block. We are dual wielding at the end of the day. Then we have Oliora, again, poison resist, elemental resist and endurance, ignite chance, fire penetration, global fire chance. Then we go here for an extra hit, so it means a bit more ignite application and more damage on that, and then attack speed. Didn't go for crit or anything because we are not focusing on that. It's nice if you have a little bit of hit damage, but we don't really care about investing into crit. And then the Warpath. Now, the reason we have Warpath is because we don't really have a movement skill. And Warpath is very fun, very useful when you need to do slight movements between multi-strikes, for example, to dodge stuff. And there's also another good thing about it. Clears echoes really well. You'll see later on the echo video. And again, we go first for the fire conversion, ignite on trails plus ignite duration, more melee damage to ignite, and more fire penetration with ignites it applies. Then we went up here to grab this Cyclone of War, which means while we're spinning, we're getting 10% crit chance and 75% fire penetration. As you can see, let me show you here. Fire penetration 36, 101. So we'll have 101 fire penetration while we're spinning. And then we went here to grab a couple of smites. And 1 point there for damage. I figured 50% was enough because we're mostly using it for clear. I don't think we need more than 50%, especially since it's each second at the nearby enemy. Just didn't feel it was worth the investment of any more points. Anywho, and that is the skills. Now onto passives. So here on the Sentinel base tree, we put we were stacking health regen for the most part for the leveling process. Going Vit and increased health made it so much smoother, especially because then we didn't need to worry so much about having leech. Then the damage reduction as per usual, mana return on Multistrike, which essentially makes our smites free, because Blade Storm consumes 3 mana per stack of attunement. We have 3 stacks of attunement, if I remember right. So we're regenerating 10 mana every time we hit. We consume 9 mana and regen 10. So it keeps us on a positive mana loop. Then we go for the dual wield. We'll be able to get a sword on our up hand. And later on we go for the attack and cast speed. Like 30% attack speed is just good. And as you can see, all our points are into Paladin. You could go here to grab the damage reduction. There's a lot of things you could do, if I'm gonna be honest. I just went full on into Paladin. So we grabbed the fire penetration, fire damage, attunement in for the threshold per elemental resist. We grabbed here the penetration with ignite, and 2 points there just to get a decent amount of fire shred. So we don't really need the blessing for fire shred. Here we go in for the divine bolts and the divine bolt damage. Just extra damage, especially good on when we're doing Warpath. Then here we went for the regen and regen per attunement, endurance threshold and health. Again, along with more endurance threshold per 2 attunement. And then here we went for damage, HP, healing effectiveness and mana. It's mostly for the HP, if I'm gonna be honest. 3 divine essences, that generally is enough to keep it up like 3 up almost all the time. Because it gives us armor and healing effectiveness, so it's all good. It also reduces damage over time, so all good stuff. And then here we went to get 5 points there, so to get the extra health regen from symbols. Because again, like I said, we are stacking regen. You could have went, I think, yeah, it's here. We could have swapped around a few points here and put them more there. It's up to you if you want to. Then later on, the plan is to get that and that. Get all the aura to give us 50% more ignite damage. That's the plan. But I'll still go over the planner. We'll have the full planner at the end, on the bottom of the video, along with the planner for this character as is. And this has killed Abby, so if you can get to this, you can kill Abby. Okay, on to gear. So, what are you wearing? What is the weird stuff we are wearing? So we are using a scepter, an obsidian scepter with attack speed, increased fire damage, ignite, and it has slow. We could have fire penetration. One thing it's really important is to seal that -3 spell mana cost. You can also use a fire starter. I tested it. You can also use fire starter. It also works. The damage is very similar. I just prefer this because having the extra hit damage feels nice on echoes. So you don't rely completely on the dots. So it doesn't ramp up as hard on the dot damage, but still does decent damage. I tested it at the time. It was a very little difference. Probably the good slammed fire starter, it would be better than this. But again, that would be for the min-maxing bit. Okay, on the other hand, we use a Polaris. We wanted attack speed, fire damage, and ignite chance. Unfortunately, we missed the ignite chance, so we got the stun chance. Was unfortunate. Here with Brewmaster's Buckle, we have this one, increase health. We want more hybrid health and then probably elemental damage over time, or go for the cleanse. You could also go for the cleanse. Here, movement speed, and then the other, I don't even know what I would get on this. I'm gonna be completely honest, just the move speed is the most important. Because these are already pretty good by themselves. You don't even... 1 LP are more than good. Probably attunement after, or hybrid health. Then it will depend on what you want, if you want more damage or if you want more health. Attunement also gives you endurance threshold and other good stuff, and regen and whatnot, so you could go towards the attunement route. Because then... yeah, probably attunement. Like move speed and attunement. Here, elemental damage over time, and then we've got some void res. Ideally, attunement along with this is what you'd want. Then you could get some resist. It will really depend. Again, the important part is getting elemental damage over time. Here, gloves. You want increased attack speed, flat regen, and hybrid health on this. And then their attunement as well. You could try to go for the T7 health regen. Then again, it's up to what you want and what feels best for you. You could go for the regen to make you more tanky while moving about, so you're not completely reliant on the leech, because we do have enough attack speed with the 2 T7 attack speeds on this, so you can sacrifice the attack speed there for health regen, which was my intention. Helmet, attunement, health regen, again, same thing, same old. You'd want increased health, T7 increased health, and then you would want the health regen from the last bear to be healed. Then increased fire damage and ignite duration, attunement, and flat health regen. You could also go for the, again, same thing, max health versus health regen. Because you can replace this. If you stack enough health regen, you can replace this and run a vessel. Jeweler's, this thing. No, I don't have any here. Really? Whoops. Oh, you know what vessel is. It will give you ward per second based on your health regen. So you could drop the percentage speed T7 and go for the T7 health regen. There. And then you equip the vessel of strife, and you get a part of your 30%, I think. No, 30-40% of your health regen as ward per second. Which is good, because then it would give you a bit more health, so to speak. Max health. Since we do have a lot of endurance threshold, I felt like it would be viable. And again, Tome of Elements, very easy to get as well. You don't need to farm Jeweler or whatever, and it works just fine. Again, I'm rambling. Chest. Ideally, you want Champion's Regalia because of the armor reduction. Same thing here. You want Eternal Gauntlets for the armor for the dot damage reduction based on your armor. You want that and Champion's Regalia there. We used this early on. You don't really need the damage from critical. You want that set bonus. You want it sealed. Then you want attunement, and I guess you could go for strength or vitality. Or no, ignite damage. You want attunement, ignite, the increased fire damage and ignite duration. Then on the second you want T7 health regen, increased health, and then you can pick between adding health regen % or health, flat health. So again, I'll go over the proper gear on the planner, how I would have idealized it. This is just to show you what we had and what you can get that will get you through Abbey at least. And here it has Ignite Chance. We'd want Ignite Chance and health regen, or T7 health regen alone could also be good. And options, various options, because we have enough damage. And here is the nifty little thing. We went for flat health and health regen on both of them. That's what we want. And then we want the fire ignite damage over time. Increase fire damage over time and the chance to ignite. Because you can get that to T5. Ideally, for me, for my ideal, I wanted to run T7 of these, because that's 60% chance to ignite, which applies to your Multistrike and all your Smite. So 120 between the two rings would be quite a bit. Quite a bit. And then you'd want elemental damage over time on both, or elemental damage, or attunement. You could also go for attunement, because the attunement will give you the increased damage for the smites, and it will give you endurance and all the and health regen and all the other goodies. It really depends on what you feel you need more at the time. Okay, idols. Yeah, here we have some random idols I have. I am not 100% sure on the idols. The only ones I am sure are these two, which we want: additional multi-strike swords and ideally flat health. Because these will give us a chance every time we hit a multi-strike to get more smites off. And then the rest, I'm just using them to cover resists and whatever useful stats we have lying about. This for the frailty application and the ignite. Same thing here, we use those two. We went for the more ignite chance. You could also go for the fire penetration. And then that enters into the whole min-maxing thing that I'm not good at. So just giving you an idea. And then resist, and then here we had this. I figured we're doing some hit damage, might as well get a bit of armor shred. Go along with this. And it had ignite on hit. Yeah, was good. Again, we're at level 79, so it's just me grabbing stuff from the stash. Take that into consideration, it's not a completely fully min-max build, because you know me. If you know my videos, you know me, I don't care too much about high-end min-maxing of characters. But if this works, then if you min-max it, you can do much more than what it does currently. That's for sure. Anywho, blessings. Again, experience. Here we went for the Legon, we went for the regen. Here out we went for the increased armor. Fire. There's a fire event for this flat armor because we didn't really need anything else. We don't really need the shred. You could go for the frailty and then you could drop the frailty idols, for example. You could do that. You could go for the increased fire damage. At the time I felt, yeah, this seems good. Here I'll resist. It was helping at the time. Now we're kind of overcapping them a little bit, so you could possibly... I mean, I don't think there's anything particularly good for us to get. Just a slow. Slow is actually really good for Abby. So I would suggest if you don't have a source of slow, getting it from here, you can afford. Losing the resist is not a bad idea. And then on Raya, obviously we're getting night chance. And that's it, I suppose. Guess we went through everything. Again, any questions you can always pop them down on the YouTube video, or come drop in at Twitch, because I generally stream every day, and we can just go over and talk about whatever you want from the build. And yeah, okay, so I'll leave you here. I will leave after we'll have the corruption and the Abbey kill, along with probably my death on hardcore. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye. Alright, so now it's time to go and hit the dummy. Let's go. Actually, this is the gameplay. Very engaging, right? You just pop the aura whenever you can. Get a bit more damage in. And as you can see, our mana is already very much neutral. I'm consuming a bit more than what we are regenning. So we'll have to take that into consideration when spamming the aura. But That's kind of odd, because I'm almost pretty sure we weren't getting into the negative territory before. So I might have changed something. Again, 89%, 90%, 10% of the mob, the dummy's HP. Ah, I know why. It's because of the extra swords. Because the last time I tried, I was using this. I was using one that gave us a chance of Divine Orb. Let me find it. Divine. Oh, it's in hardcore. Right. Then I won't be able to test it properly. But yeah, if you feel like you are having mana issues, you can always just drop one of these. And then you should have no mana issues. And just that extra cast of Smite that consumes 3 additional mana. If you don't have enough mana regen, it might screw you over like that. And yeah, but that's it. And here we have Warpath, but we don't do. Warpath is for movement and for clearing echoes, because multi-strike single target is bad. It still does respective decent damage, just not amazing. $150. Not too bad, considering you're just spinning around. Yeah, but yeah, that's it. Alright, so here on the Paladin, we're gonna go and do Echo. 346 Corruption. It's actually a very enjoyable way to Echo, because you have multi-strike for single target, but you don't really use it that much on Echoes. Just when you have a boss. The rest of the time we're just warpathing. And they do more than enough damage. I feel quite enjoyable. Very chill. But again, this build most likely still has a lot. It'll go way higher than what it currently is. Our HP is still pretty low. Also need a bit more movement speed. We can zoom faster with the echoes. Really like how the Divine Wolves interact with Warpath, because they keep proccing. Well, I'm not too sure if it's from the Smite hits.
Stand down or die.
Because we are using a scepter and a sword, Warpath is actually giving us 75 penetration from the scepter. Penetration. I see. I guess it was because we were fighting two possessed. But yeah, again, this still needs gear and whatnot. And yeah, we're using a set So yeah, this is the 350 corruption echo. And that's it. No, we try again.
The altar of oblivion.
I mean, we are 78, so there's still plenty we can do, but I don't think there would be much that would help us get rid of that, get through that alive.
Face us yourself.
Would get used to using Warpath when I need to move, especially on small movements.
Traveler, don't worry about me.
Such wasted potential. All of this would have You fight for nothing. The void comes.
Get to this phase already.
Darkness reigns.
Oh, that's a pretty tight corner there. Let's put him again towards the middle.
Void hunger gods tore our world apart. They deserve their fate. Darkness reigns. We treated the world no better. Death is our legacy.
That was unlucky.
The void comes. Oblivion.
Finally, last phase.
This is answer. The void comes.
Ah,
You fight for nothing. The void hungers.
there we go. Just had to die unluckily on the last one. We just couldn't get it the kill on hardcore. No. We just had to get kicked into softcore.
No.
Fight for nothing.
What? Oh, I guess that's that.